Ichikawa Danjiro is not just a man, but a stage name held by what is now 13 generations of kabuki actors. Ichikawa Danjiro was a kabuki actor and founded one of the most well-known yago, or Japanese Actors Guild, similar in scope to the British Barrymore and Redgrave acting families. It was tied to a family name and denoted a level of prestige or rank in their respective art. In this case, it denotes one of the highest levels of kabuki theater. A devout follower of Fudo Myo, one of Japan's 13 Buddhas, he named the Yago the Naritaya Guild, after the Fudo temple Narita Fudo-san. Ichikawa Danjiro established the Aragoto style of kabuki theater during the Edo period and was active during the late 1600s. Aragoto style kabuki formulates wild and dynamic kata, forms or way of movement, and speech that has defined the Ichikawa Danjiro line. Ichikawa Danjiro performed the first of the Fuwa, Fudo, Uwanari, and Zohiki plays, which would end up in the Kabuki Juhaichiban, a collection of 18 plays that would come to define the Danjiro line. One of his most popular play scenes is Shibaraku, first performed in the 1697 play Sankai Nagoya. He died after being stabbed backstage by a fellow actor, Ikushima Hannoku, at the Ichimura-za Theater. Ichikawa Danjiro was a samurai of Koshu and was known under the pen name Mimasuya Hyogo, and previously held the title Ichikawa Ebizo. Ichikawa Danjiro II, eldest son to Ichikawa Danjiro, held the titles Ichikawa Ebizo and Ichikawa Kuzo. He was considered a wakashugata, someone who specializes in playing adolescent boys. He played in the first performance of Sukeroku, Uyuro Uri, Oshumodoshi, Yanone, Kannu, Nannatsumen, and Kenuki plays, all belonging to the Kabuki Juhaichiban. Ichikawa Danjiro III, adopted son of Ichikawa Danjiro II, who held the names Mimasuye Suketaro and Ichikawa Masugoro, was considered a promising Naritaya actor in the Aragoto style who died young of illness. Ichikawa Ebizo III, or Danjiro IV, younger son of Ichikawa Danjiro II, was part of the Naritaya Guild and the Koreya Guild. He was considered highly progressive at the time, mingling with all walks of life. He was highly versatile, playing as a Jitsuaku, a great villain like Sauron, as a Jitsukotoshi, an old man who foils the villain like Gandalf, and as an Onagata, a woman. His best performance is considered to be the role Matsuo Maru in Sugawara Denju Tenanai Kagami, a five-act bunraku. The music you are listening to, called Gagaku, is likely the music that would have been played as the play takes place in Heian-era Japan. His various stage names include Ichikawa Ebizo, Matsumoto Koshiro, Ichikawa Danjiro, and Matsumoto Shichizo. He held the name Matsumoto Koshiro twice, as he took it back a second time after his son took the Danjiro name during the same shume, or naming ceremony. He shaved his head on stage in his last performance and became a Buddhist monk. His nickname was the Boss of Kiba. Ichikawa Hakuen, also known as Danjiro V, son of Ichikawa Ebizo III, who also belonged to the Naritaya and Koraya Guild, he specialized in tachiyaku, playing a man, as well as jitsukotoshi, katakiyaku, a villain, aragotoshi, and onagata. His work kept the existence of Danjiro I and II alive, preserving their roles in plays such as Shibaraku. He aided in the reconstruction of many theaters that were lost during the Akashiya fire. He retired at 55 and lived as a hermit on Cow Island. Ichikawa Danjiro VI, adopted son of Ichikawa Danjiro V, was a promising tachiyaku and aragotoshi. He died before he could reach the peak in his career. Ichikawa Ebizo V, also known as Ichikawa Danjiro VII, grandson of Ichikawa Hakuen and adopted son of Ichikawa Danjiro VI, a great tachiyaku and one of the most popular 19th century stage actors. He was a low-ranking samurai and started his acting career at age 4, where he started to cry and had to be replaced. Ebizo adapted many no drama to kabuki theater, and was responsible for creating the Kabuki Juhachiban, a collection of the 18 greatest plays in history, though most, if not all, were famously played by Naritaya actors. It is said his household was filled with constant turmoil, having 2 wives and 3 concubines, and that he lived in luxury and excess. After being named Danjiro VII, he violated the sumptuary regulations, disallowing real armor and weapons on stage, and was banished from Edo, and his home was destroyed by Edo police. His last play was upon his return to Edo nearly a decade after, where he died of illness before he could perform. Ichikawa Danjiro VIII, son of Ichikawa Danjiro VII, a tachiyaku actor who showed great promise in Aragoto style, However, in attempting to match the luxury of his father, he entered a great debt, and after a breakdown in his last stage performance, was found in an Osaka tavern dead by his own hand. Ichikawa Danjiro IX, brother of Ichikawa Danjiro VIII and son of Ichikawa Ebizo V, dominated the kabuki world during the Meiji era. He spent much of his life creating a new genre called katsureki, or historical drama. However, it wasn't very popular. He kept theater alive during a time when no, bunraku, and kabuki were rocked by the abolition of feudalism in 1867, as much of Japanese theater relied on the samurai class's support, both economically and due to the fact that many actors were samurai and retired due to political changes. He belonged to the Naritaya, Yamazakiya, and Tomoya acting guilds during his lifetime, holding the names Kawarasaki Sancho, Kawarasaki Gonosuke, Kawarasaki Gonjoro, Kawarasaki Chojuro, and Ichikawa Jukai. His real name was Horikoshi Hideshi, and he would be the last the Danjuro line directly related to Danjuro I. The Satsuma Rebellion and the Boshin War rocked the country. Japanese theater, especially kabuki, was a symbol of the empire, and theater was forced to change with the modernization of Japan. Ichikawa Sancho V, or Danjiro X, adopted son of Ichikawa Danjiro IX, was posthumously awarded the name Ichikawa Danjiro for his revival of many long-forgotten plays such as Gedatsu, Fuwa, Zohiki, and Nandatsumen, a part of the Kabuki Juhachiban, belonging to the Danjiro line. He was considered a below-average actor as his family were bankers, and he became an actor as part of his marriage obligations to his father-in-law, Ichikawa Danjiro IX. His real name was Horikoshi Fukusaburo. His rise in the guild was kept a secret, as his existence was highly controversial and even shameful in the kabuki world. Ichikawa Danjiro XI, adopted son of Sancho V, was a tachiyaku in Imaime, a handsome young lover akin to Romeo. He performed in the Wagoto style, which was considered gentle as opposed to the Aragoto style. During World War II, he joined the Imperial Japanese Army, but was demobilized after he suffered from typhus, allowing him to return to kabuki theater after the war. Due to the destruction caused by the war, he participated in the reconstruction, as many theaters and talented actors were lost. Due to the American occupation of Japan, kabuki and bunraku plays, considered to be feudal or that echoed the propaganda and pride of the Imperial Japanese government, were banned. Ichikawa Danjiro the 12th and 13th both carry the name of Danjiro into living memory, performing internationally in the US, France, Morocco, Germany, Brussels, and more. They display various types of kabuki and no theater. They were and are both skilled tachiyaku actors in the Aragoto style, including participating in film and television as actors.